Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving into a story that has South African politics buzzing from Soweto to Cape Town. The African National Congress, or ANC, has thrown some serious shade at the Democratic Alliance, or DA, accusing them of political opportunism after President Cyril Ramaphosa made remarks about the state of South Africa's municipalities. And trust me, this isn't just your regular political tiff. There's tension, pride, and a little touch of irony wrapped up in this one. On September 15, President Ramaphosa addressed over 40,000 ANC councillors at the FNB Stadium in Soweto. Now, picture that, tens of thousands of party officials packed into a stadium, hanging on every word from the man at the top. It's the kind of scene where political statements aren't just heard, they echo, they linger, and they get dissected for days afterward. And one statement in particular caught everyone's attention. The president, in a rare moment of blunt honesty, admitted that some of South Africa's best-run municipalities are actually governed by the DA. Yes, you heard that right, the DA. Cape Town, Stellenbosch, and a few others were highlighted as examples of effective governance and service delivery. Now, let's pause for a second and think about what this means. For the ANC, a party that has held power nationally since 1994, to acknowledge that a rival party is outperforming it in certain areas is, frankly, a little like a chef admitting the neighbor makes better potjikos. It's painful, it's humbling, and, for many in the ANC, it's a call to reflect on their own shortcomings. Ramaphosa didn't just stop at giving compliments, he framed it as a learning opportunity. He urged the ANC to study these municipalities and adopt some of their best practices to raise the bar across the country. Of course, the DA wasn't about to let this moment slide. They quickly welcomed the president's remarks, interpreting them as validation of the governance model. For the DA, it's the perfect soundbite, even the president admits we're doing something right. And naturally, they used it as a springboard to highlight what they see as the ANC's persistent struggles with service delivery, municipal mismanagement, and political infighting. Cape Town, after all, has long been touted as a showcase of efficient governance, and the DA is keen to remind everyone of that, especially with the 2026 municipal elections looming on the horizon. But here's where the drama kicks in. The ANC responded, and predictably, it was not a warm handshake. Instead, they dismissed the DA's reaction as outright political opportunism. From the ANC's perspective, the DA is exploiting a moment of candor from the president for their own gain, using it to score points ahead of the next election. The tension between these two parties is hardly new, but Ramaphosa's comments have, intentionally or not, thrown fuel on the fire. What makes this story particularly intriguing is the timing. Municipal elections are just around the corner in 2026, and local governance has become a central battlefield for political credibility. For voters, service delivery isn't abstract, it's about water running when you turn on the tap, street lights working after dark, and potholes not swallowing your car on the way to work. And in that context, the DA's ability to showcase functional municipalities gives them a tangible advantage. Meanwhile, the ANC, facing ongoing criticism about corruption, inefficiency, and internal factionalism, is under pressure to demonstrate that they can match or surpass that performance. Now, let's add a little humor to the mix, because politics isn't always so dry. You have Ramaphosa standing in front of thousands of ANC councillors, admitting that the opposition is doing a better job in some municipalities, and you can almost imagine the collective gulp. The ANC officials probably went from nodding politely to whispering, "Did he just say that?" It's one of those moments where the room is simultaneously proud, embarrassed, and motivated, all at once. And the DA, meanwhile, probably treated the speech like a birthday present. "Thanks, Cyril, you made our day." Of course, politics in South Africa is never just about the statements themselves. There's a deeper narrative here about accountability, performance, and perception. By acknowledging that DA-led municipalities are performing well, Ramaphosa is not only offering a critique of the ANC but also implicitly challenging his party to raise its standards. It's a subtle, yet pointed, message. You can't just coast on historical loyalty or political dominance. Voters expect results. And with the elections coming up, every councillor and local politician is under the microscope. It's also worth noting that this isn't the first time the ANC has faced criticism for municipal governance. Across the country, service delivery protests, infrastructure failures, and allegations of corruption have been recurring themes. By highlighting DA municipalities as examples, Ramaphosa is putting the ANC's own performance in stark contrast, signaling the need for serious introspection. It's almost like a parent pointing at the neighbor's well-behaved child and telling their own to shape up. The DA, naturally, isn't letting this moment slip away. They've seized on it as proof that their approach to governance, focusing on efficiency, transparency, and accountability, is producing results. From Cape Town to Stellenbosch, their messaging is clear: we can govern competently, and the evidence is right there. In the run-up to municipal elections, that's a powerful argument. It's a narrative about competence versus entitlement, results versus rhetoric, and for many voters, it resonates strongly. Meanwhile, the ANC finds itself in a tricky balancing act. On one hand, they don't want to appear defensive or dismissive of constructive criticism. On the other hand, they can't afford to cede too much ground to the opposition. Labeling the DA's reaction as political opportunism is a strategic move to shift the narrative, framing the opposition as self-serving rather than genuinely focused on improving governance. So, what can we take away from this story? Firstly, politics is messy, and moments of honesty, even from the top, are rare and often controversial. Secondly, the quality of municipal governance has real consequences for ordinary South Africans, making this more than just political posturing. And finally, both parties are gearing up for a high-stakes contest in 2026, where every example of effective management, or lack thereof, will be scrutinized, debated, and politicized. As we wrap up, this story reminds us that leadership is about action as much as it is about words. Ramaphosa's acknowledgement, the DA's celebration, and the ANC's pushback all illustrate the dynamic, competitive, and often dramatic nature of South African politics. It's a story of accountability, rivalry, and the constant challenge of translating political power into tangible results for the people. Before we go, don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more in-depth political commentary, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the ANC can learn from DA municipalities, or is this just another moment of political theater? Let us know what you think. See you next time.